All right, so to make Irish coffee, the most important thing you need is an Irish coffee mug. I'm kidding. Use whatever you want. But you are gonna need some sort of hot coffee, and my favorite is the French press. Now that might surprise a lot of you because the French press is not my favorite way to brew coffee normally, but I think here in the Irish coffee, the extra amount of coffee oil in this brew method really tastes incredible with the whiskey and cream. So I'm just gonna brew a single serve of French press, so 18 grams of coarsely ground coffee, and 300 mils of hot water. Go ahead and put the plunger and lid back onto the carafe, and then we're gonna let this sit for 5 minutes. While we do that, we're gonna prep our glass. So the first thing you usually wanna do is heat it up with some hot water. Just fill it up and then dump it out. You can sweeten this in a variety of ways. The classic way to do it is with a sugar cube, and if you wanna be extra fancy, use the brown raw sugar cubes if you can find them. 1, 2. Next, we're gonna add some whiskey, and to be honest, I don't think I've ever had an Irish whiskey I don't like, but Jameson is cheap and available, so that's what I like to use. Now you can use as little or as much whiskey as you like. Personally, I think 1.5 ounces is the perfect amount. There we go. Add that right to the sugar cubes. Now we can let this sit for a second and prep our whipped cream. So I have some cream here in this condiment bottle, and I'm gonna take a cocktail strainer. So this is an old bartending trick. You take the spring off of the strainer and you drop it into the bottle, put the lid back on, cover the spout with your finger, and then shake it up. And the reason you do this is that instead of getting this thick whipped cream that's gonna float on top of everything, or a totally liquid cream that's gonna combine with the drink the moment you pour it in, we're trying to get halfway in between those two. And so this is kind of slow and maybe a little cumbersome, but that's the point. It's very easy to get right where you want in the glass. Okay, so our coffee is ready. Let's press the plunger and add it to our cocktail. Now I like to leave just a little bit of space on top and kind of eyeball how much coffee I'm adding. If you haven't noticed, there aren't a lot of rules when it comes to this drink. It's pretty easy to get right, and there's lots of room for experimentation and crafting it to your particular taste. So now we're gonna break up those sugar cubes, shake this up just a little bit more, so it beads up on my finger without being a stiff peak, and that's what we want. So now we're gonna just add it to the top of the drink, and that is how you make Irish coffee. Cheers. Wow, that is so good. I probably shouldn't drink this whole thing right here, but I'm very tempted to. Man, you just cannot beat a good Irish coffee.